Anti-Biden Democrats rushed to block the DNC's virtual nomination scheme. Remember that after the debate and the George Stephanopoulos interview, Biden said that he would confront those against him at the DNC convention. Well, now he doesn't even want to be there. Saturday's near assassination of Trump likely boosted the former president's chances of winning the November election and also forced a pause in what has been a steadily boiling controversy over President Trump's fitness to finish the race and start a new term as president, while Biden's mental deterioration was nudged out of the media spotlight. His campaign was quietly scheming with the Democratic National Committee to orchestrate a virtual nomination, quote unquote, held weeks before the party convention kicks off in August 19. Now, indignant anti-Biden Democrats on Capitol Hill are organizing a counter-strike. Kyla Tush tweets, Biden allies trying to avoid SHIT show in August, in the words of one, by solidifying nomination before DNC, but Democrats on the Hill are working to formalize outrage to a virtual process they say is indefensible post-debate. I just think it's a terrible idea for the DNC to do this. I just think people see right through it, said progressive California Representative Jared Huffman, at a time when we have this huge enthusiasm gap with the Republicans. To do a stunt like this is just going to make it worse, he said. Separately, he told CNN if the election were held today, he would get crushed. We have to got to do something about this. I guess also Biden doesn't want anyone to take over for him. Now the DNC, which he doesn't want people speaking. Now the DNC, that's just my opinion. The DNC, which rigged the primary process for Biden by refusing to host debates and by rearranging the sequences of state balloting, is now working to hold a virtual roll call where delegates should vote online between July 29 and August 5th, Axios reports. However, the New York Times reports voting could start as early as July 22nd. Either way, the extraordinary advance vote would serve two DNC goals: icing the contest for Biden and avoiding the tumultuous contested convention next month in Chicago. Democratic insiders told the Times that upwards of 80% of delegates would back Biden in a virtual vote. Congressional Democrats who see Biden as a doomed candidate who threatens to carry down ballot candidates with him are now racing against the clock to keep their drive to replace him alive. At the moment, they're channeling their energy into the drafting and circulating a joint letter from the House Democrats to the DNC, urging party headquarters to cancel its plan. And here's a passage from the draft obtained by the Financial Times. It said, stifling debate and prematurely shutting down any possible change in the Democratic ticket through an unnecessary and unprecedented virtual roll call in the days ahead is a terrible idea. It could deeply undermine the morale and unity of the Democrats, from delegates, volunteers, grassroots organizers, and donors to ordinary voters, at the worst possible time, they said. People are back to being angry at Biden, and a push to sign on to this letter is going around. The Replace Biden movement is back, said an unnamed Democratic representative. Texas Representative Lloyd Dudgett, the first congressional Democrat to urge Biden to quit the race, said the virtual nomination scheme was inconsistent with Biden's own comments. He said such misguided DNC action would be contrary to President Biden's own recommendation that those seeking an alternative nominee could come to the convention, end quote. A key milestone in the intrigue will come at 11 a.m. this Friday when the convention's Rules Committee conducts a video call. A majority of its members have deep ties to Mr. Biden and were vetted for their loyalty to him, reports the Times. Contrary to Axios, the Times reported that virtual nomination balloting could start as early as Monday, July 22nd. One House representative used creative imagery to describe dissidents' view of the situation, telling CNN, this disbelief that they'd expedite the nomination is as widespread as the recognition the DNC is leading Democrats into a house fire with water bottles. Word of the behind-the-scenes maneuvering comes as new polling by YouGov shows Trump leading in all 7 battleground states. His lead is narrowest in Michigan at +2, and Pennsylvania at +3, and largest in Arizona at +7. Notably, the poll was taken after Biden's alarmingly poor June 27 debate with Trump, but before the survived assassination attempt. Beyond the Biden camp, there's another group that's wildly enthusiastic about the idea of a virtual vote that locks in the failing 81-year-old as the Democrat standard bearer. Republicans, when asked what he thought of the DNC maneuvering, Citizens United President and Trump 2016 Deputy Campaign Manager David Bozie said, "Great idea. I want that hole in the Titanic as soon as possible." Isn't that something? Very well put. Great idea. I want that hole in the Titanic as soon as possible. In other words, the Biden sinking ship. And this is on Zero Hedge by Tyler Durden. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.